Hello everybody, welcome back to a new vlog. We are home sweet home. As you can see, back to a unpredictable Salt Lake City where it was snowing earlier. It is now sunny outside, so I'm going to take advantage of the sun and actually work on some dog chews. We had a recent storm out here. It kind of rained and snowed, so the ground is wet, but the sun is shining on the west side of the house. So I am actually going to come out here to the garage to chop up some antlers and make some dog chews. Let me show you what I'm working with. This is the last camp. As you can see, we got some sheds. Should probably hold a couple of these up and show you. These are from my recent shed hunt. And this is some of the inventory I have for rack snacks that are already chopped, just need to be sanded. We got the base blocks that are sold out. We got pretty much mediums and larges in here, and all the big stuff, the jumbos and the megas in there, and a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. I hate to throw any of it away, so even random stuff like this, I'll keep it in hopes that one day I can either grind it down into bone dust or, you know, just give it to Jade. So I'm going to work on that, but yeah, let me show you a couple of these sheds that I picked up on the recent shed hunt. Shed tour videos are going to be launching on the Hush page sometime in April, so please be patient. We're just spending more time to create more quality videos. So shed tour is starting in April. But yeah, let me show you a couple of these things. I found some nice ones. All right, the first one I'm going to show you is a solid hard white antler. I've been walking by this antler for the last year or two. It's hard to say if it's 1 or 2 years old, but I have definitely walked right underneath this while it was brown. I can promise you that, because I've been up this canyon a couple times and honestly didn't find much, mostly chalk antlers. So I wasn't planning on going back, but something just drew me to this little draw this year. I went in there and was lucky enough to scoop 2 browns and this nice basic 5-point frame with a really cool royal. So that's one of the best pickups in that little draw. And I found 2 singles that I can never match up, one being this nice brown. All right, this guy right here, this was the second antler in that little draw I found. There was fresh tracks. I got pretty excited because I knew the elk had been shedding, you know, within the last 2-3 weeks. So with the fresh tracks, I was pretty excited and expecting to find a brown. So when you do, it always is pretty cool that, you know, you kind of found the little pocket where they're living while they shed. This brown thing is dense. This is just one of those antlers that you pick up. It's not that it's super massive, it's just super dense, hard quality antler. So I would love to find the match. Maybe on the next trip down there I can scoop it, but yeah, that's a nice solid 6-point right there. The last thing I want to show you from that little stack is this brown set. Again, fresh tracks were in the area. I got pretty excited. Just worked in this really grassy, brushy south slope and found the left side first. And I called Matt. He was working his way over towards me anyways. And right after I met up with Matt, I walked about 100 yards, did a small little loop right there and found the other side. So a nice brown 6-point set that is just so dark, so chocolate. It's fun finding them, you know, this time of the year because they're just in really good condition. No critters have got to them or anything. But yeah, that is going to be part of the shed tour series over on the Hush page. Well, I read a lot of the comments on the last vlog when I asked you guys what type of content do you like to see, and I'd say we got a good response. A lot of people just saying keep it up. A lot of people looking for maybe some more workout videos, which I'll do later when I hit the gym. Gear videos, all kinds of stuff. So I'll get to it as we go, guys. But right now I'm just going to take a minute and enjoy the last what's left of the sunshine and get some dog chews for the antler chew business. The website is raksnacks.com, raksnaks.com. Please support me over there and get your dog chews. It's always kind of cool to see how different and unique elk antlers are on the outside, but it's pretty neat to see how different and unique they are on the inside. And one thing I've noticed after cutting a lot of elk antlers is there's a huge variety and thickness of the the outer wall here that you can kind of see. I think on years where they have more moisture, they get a stronger outer shell, which is gonna produce less broken antlers. So yeah, like one of these I buzzed through, the saw just cut right through it. I don't know if it was this one, but it was this one right here. It just kind of cut right through it. Had a really thin outer shell. But then I've also noticed that there's a lot of blood that is inside in the bone marrow on a lot of these antlers that are no way, you know, got water damage to them or anything, but they're just a lot of blood in them. This one's even really dark, like a red color, a nice fresh brown. Bone marrow is exactly what the dogs want to get, and look how strong and thick that outer layer is right there. So the dogs are going to scrape out all the bone marrow, and that's what's going to give them all the calcium and the minerals. And again, it's just a really good all-natural dog chew. It helps your dog's natural craving to chew. It can like lower their stress and anxiety. A lot of people are writing me, they'll like let them chew them while they'll drive. If a dog like isn't used to driving in a vehicle, they'll give them an antler chew, so it's you know, just distracted and whatnot. But it is pretty cool to see how different these things are, how much they smell. Man, it stinks when you cut them and sand them, but I'm gonna sand these things and then I'm gonna update them on the website. All right, we got new dog chews added to the site. Still got a little bit of day life. So, or not day life, it is day life, but daylight. Got the Thatcher out. This is electric Thatcher, I think I got on Amazon. Does a perfect job for this little lawn I have, which the lawn is dormant from the winter. You can see all the dead spots from Jade, the pup. I am gonna go through here and just thatch it real quick. Some people like thatching, and some people after watching my last year's video were like, thatching's like a myth. I think if you can clean up some of the dead stuff, it would just, you know, provide some oxygen to the grass and more room for new grass to grow. So I'm gonna let it rip. I'm gonna do it real quick, and it's probably the last thing we'll do outside. It's funny because when it's sunny and warm outside, I can be like the most productive person in the world, and when it's cold and snowy, I'm like the least productive person. I hate doing things inside, like paperwork and computer stuff, unless it's editing and video content. But outside, man, I just want to get going, so that's what I'm gonna do. All right, what do you guys think? So I just buzzed this over once there and once back, and look how much stuff it kicked up. Lots and lots of just dead grass and whatnot, but I don't know. I mean, doesn't that make sense? If the sun can get it, if it's got more room to bring up the fresh stuff, it might grow faster. Lawn experts, what do you guys think? I'm doing it anyways. Hope I don't regret it. Good morning, everybody. I read a lot of comments from the last vlog that people wanted to see some more of the workout and exercise and recipes. So I'm gonna start here with what I'm taking before arm day. So one thing I do every morning is Mountain Ops pre-workout. I'm enjoying just splitting the flavors 50-50. So this is the Backcountry Blast mixed with the Hush lemonade flavored Yeti. So Hush has its own lemonade flavor through the Mountain Ops line, and then 1 scoop of the creatine monohydrate. Here, that is my pre-workout. I mix that up and I kind of sip on it on the drive to the gym. And then when I'm done, I do a post-workout shake, which I can show you that after the gym. But for right now, I'm gonna go hit arms. I'm gonna try to bring my camera and film some of it. But for those of you who are just kind of curious about rep range and exercises I do, I'm more of a guy who's kind of back to the basics. Like, I think it just is rooted in the bodybuilding competitions I did when I was younger and the style that I worked out. which by the way, if you guys have never seen me in like competition form, I'm just gonna put a video right here.
89!
Eric Chesser.
So that was me. That was 2013. That was the year I killed Fireball. So I reached my goal and won the men's overall natural in the men's physique here in Utah. I killed Fireball. That was like a killer year for me, just like a really, really good year for setting goals and reaching goals and really working hard. I probably look back to 2013 and take a couple tips from 2013 and apply them to my life now, because I just seem to excel at pretty much anything I put my head towards. So anyways, that's men's physique. They have added different categories. I've done the bodybuilding category before that as a bantamweight. So just imagine 143-pound little Eric Chesser up there flexing his guns. But yeah, so going back to the rep range, right now is arms day. I'm gonna do basic stuff. So the stuff I like to do for arms, curls, hammer curls, barbell curls, dumbbell curls, variety of curls. And then for triceps, my favorite are push downs on the cable. So when I get there, I'll show you. But mostly doing probably 10 to 15 reps and 4 sets of that for each movement. Okay, we made it to the gym, Butler Pro Gym. I like this place because there's a lot of other people who are packing cameras around. And like I said, not my favorite thing to do, but I do it for you guys. So we're gonna jump right into warming up arms. So just some bicep movements, some tricep movements. Then I like to warm up my left shoulder because it's kind of hurt. So I do some rotator cuff strength training just to get it nice and warm to strengthen it and prevent injury. So let's get in there and get moving. All right, we're nice and warmed up. I'm gonna start my first set of bicep alternating dumbbell curls. And again, apologize for the music. Because of the music, I'm probably gonna have to cut this up so it doesn't get me for copyright. But just standing alternation curls, super simple. I'm sure you guys are familiar with this, but 4 sets of 10 to 15 reps.
I think this is gonna be very similar to when they rebooted that other movie with Keanu Reeves. Bill and Ted.
Oh, that's right. I never watched that.
It was good.
Was it?
Yeah, he's such a cool guy. But I'm just like, dude,
That's cool.
this is it. Like,
Yes.
this is a really great shot for you. I'm so in.
All right, just got done with 4 sets here. Tricep push downs on the cable. This is nice. My other box gyms don't have these, but I really like these grips versus like just a generic rope style that has a really flat end that's uncomfortable. So 4 sets on the cables. Moving on to straight bar curls. Nothing fancy, guys, just sets of 10, 12, 15. I'm gonna do 4 sets of those. So yeah, we're moving to straight bar curls.
No, just 10. Oh, well, yeah. Each side.
Well, we got done with a pretty solid workout, and I figured I would just take a moment to kind of explain my workout plan, diet plan moving forward to kind of reach my goal, which I'll go over that as well. So for those of you who don't know, I've competed in fitness competitions for years. That was a long time ago, like I mentioned, but through that, I've kind of learned what works for my body And I truly believe that everyone needs to kind of figure out and try different things and figure out what works best for them. So a couple things when I want to lose body fat and lose weight that I consider is, one, I want to enjoy what I eat. Two, I want to take all the thinking out of it and the counting the calories and just make it simple. And let's see, number three, listen to my body. So for the most part, if I want to cut weight, which I'm going to moving forward, because I have a goal in June to kind of be around 170. My body seems to really feel healthy and strong right there around 170, give or take a couple pounds. And right now I'm floating around like 182. I was as low as 179 after my last shed hunt, and I was super depleted and super dehydrated. So I never really count that as like where I'm at. I always know I'm going to put on a pound or two just when I get home and start eating healthy food again and start hydrating myself, drinking a lot of water. So my goal is to be around 170 the second week of June. How I'm going to do that is what I eat, my activity levels, and how I work out. What I eat has kind of changed already. I went from literally eating whatever I wanted, all I wanted, anytime I wanted. So that includes, guys, everything. I'm not going to sit here and try to be like, I eat healthy all year. Milkshakes, donuts, pizzas, hot dogs, hamburgers, you name it. I went in, I ate it all, and I got to like 190 pounds. So the first step, which I'm kind of over with, is just transitioning into healthy foods and portion control. So I cook a lot of food at home, and I try not to overeat. That's very, very difficult when you cook like a super good meal. Even if it's healthy, I just want to gorge myself. So that was kind of step one, is just creating healthy habits, which was hard. Like when you drink energy drinks and eat junk food and eat fast food, like you literally are building these habits that you just automatically default to. Like, for example, I'll be driving down the road or go to a gas station. I'll see like fast food, like, oh, Chick-fil-A, like, yeah. And I have to tell myself, hey, you made a decision, you're not doing that. So breaking those unhealthy habits and creating new healthy habits is hard. And it really kind of takes about 3 weeks to overcome those. And that's where I'm at. I've kind of already been through that phase where I'm eating healthy meals. I'm trying to increase protein and kind of do some lower carb stuff. So number two is where I'm at now is I can kind of fine tune what I eat and how many carbs I intake. And I do what's called a carb cycle. So I try to do 2, 3, sometimes 4 days of low carbs, and then I'll have a spike day of high carbs. And the carbs that I like to consume, which my body seems to do well with, is yams, rice, and oatmeal. So a typical day on low carb will be like protein. It'll be pre-workout, a protein shake. I'll kind of even cut down on the banana and do half banana. A meal would be like 5-6 eggs and maybe some elk sausage. That would be like a low carb meal. I'll put some avocado in that. The next meal could be like any type of protein, like fish. I really love salmon. It could be deer or elk, about 6 ounces. And I'll do that probably 2 or 3 times through the day. Obviously veggies, I'll have things like asparagus, squash, zucchini, stuff like that. So on a high day, I'll just have a bowl of oatmeal with some peanut butter. I'll have a cup of rice with 2 or 3 of those meals, and that will be my high day of carbs. Again, listening to my body. When I'm like a walking zombie and I feel like low energy, I just increase the carbs or even eat an apple. And that's another thing I'm going to be doing with my diet is fruit is kind of wherever it fits in. I'm not going to sit and stress about fruit. I do not count calories. I do not weigh my food. This is just something I've built over years of just like, I know what I should eat and I know about how much I should eat. And then to get the results, if I plateau, I just change things up. So that's the plan for the diet. The activity level is going to spike up here with shed hunting season. That really drives the activity level and the calories I burn per day. And then, of course, when I am home, I'm going to the gym at least once, maybe twice. And I do cardio regardless of what I did that day activity-wise. So if I'm super active, I'm mowing the lawn, I go on a quick hike, I still will do my cardio. So I'm starting with 20 to 30 minutes. That's where I'm at right now. I'll increase that as I get closer to June as needed. So that's kind of where I'm at. That's my game plan. Let me know what works for you in the comment section. And if you have any questions in more detail on what I just explained, let me know in the comment section. But let's go. I'm turning 40 this year, pretty soon actually. My goal is not necessarily I need to be in a certain shape at my birthday, which is April 1st. I've made my goal to be mid-June. And I like to go into the hunting season in really good shape, and that's what helps me reach that goal, is get in shape by June, maintain it, and then I go into the fall hunts super strong and super healthy. Hey guys, I'm at Shed Camp with Shed Crazy, which, by the way, he's got a pretty sweet project going on.
Yeah, working on a little something.
United Sheds of America.
Oh, that was unison.
Let's
That was
go.
a baller. So what it is, I'm trying to pick a shed up in all 50 states before the end of next shed season, and we just knocked out Arizona. Look at that pile. Look at the freaking pile.
Guys, we're at camp. We got Braden. He's filming for the Hush channel.
Hello.
We're going to have some shed tour videos over on the Hush channel soon, and you guys can see all the pickups to this stack. We are backcountry camping. That's my tent. You got Ben's zone, and then you got Braden's A-frame in the back. So thought we'd just turn the camera on because, man, we're just enjoying a campfire, sitting by a pile of bone that we've been working hard for, digging those suckers up out of this thick stuff. But Ben's filming for his YouTube channel as usual.
Yep.
Like I said, this episode will be over on the Hush page. Shed tour videos are starting in April this year on Hushin', and I think we're 2 or 3 episodes deep on what we've captured so far. So we're gonna have enough videos probably by the end of this trip to last us through April and probably into May. So it's gonna be good when they get going, guys. It's weird because Utah was closed, so we had to travel a lot more than we usually do. I mean, I like to come down to Arizona, New Mexico a time or two every season, but we are down here a little more often than normal, and I'm sure we'll be back before May 1st. But man, this is a dream. This is exactly what I love doing. My favorite thing to do on the mountain, and to do it with some good buddies like these guys is pretty sweet. So make sure you go over to Shed Crazy's channel. He's already begun the United States of America tour. You've got Kansas and Iowa up.
Nebraska and Iowa.
Missouri goes live
Missouri
next.
goes live Sunday, and then Kansas Wednesday, and then this trip will be live Sunday. So we're dropping double episodes right now.
Yeah, Ben's going crazy, man. It's pretty cool. Ben and I keep in touch. I probably keep in touch with Ben more than any of my friends, just business and life. And he's made a big commitment, United Sheds of America. I'll tell you what, and he's already put a ton of time and effort. And you guys will see that as you watch his videos. And go check out his merch on his website. He's kind of revamped the apparel line, so it's been pretty cool. So go support him. It's getshedcrazy.com.
Yep.
Getshedcrazy.com. I'll put a link in my description box here on YouTube, but I had to show you guys this stuff. This is the fun stuff. So maybe if we got something cool to show you tomorrow in the daylight, I'll turn this thing back on.